Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? This is African Tea Travels, and right now, of course, I'm not traveling. So, I haven't posted in a while, and the reasons will be in this video. So, first of all, this is a traveling channel, and I have traveled to 6 African countries, that is Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, South Africa, and of course, my country, Kenya. That is a few months ago in 2024. So when I came back home in November, I was supposed to go to Asia and explore the Asian countries because it's easy for an African. But then I got sick and I had to take care of myself first before I traveled to Asia. So in the process of me getting sick, I met this grandma, African village grandma. She was a stranger to me when I met her. I saw she was drunk, and in the moment of her being drunk, she asked me to go and see her house. Her house was in a really bad situation, and I did not judge her, because if you meet a drunk person and they're crying to you that, go and see my house, if you're not a judging person, you would really take that serious, because this person is drunk, but still they know that their house in a very bad condition and begging you to go and see. So I did that and I went to see the house. So the moment I reached and arrived at the house, I was like, oh my God, how will I get out of this? I was like, oh my God, there's no way I'm getting out of this. And I need to ask for help. I don't know how this will happen, but I really need to get help to help this grandma. The door was not being locked. It could not be locked. She was using a cloth to close the door. The following day, the clouds were showing like it was going to rain. So I ran there and I was like, let me see the condition of this woman when it's raining. And we got rained on together, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. There's no way somebody's living like this. I don't have much, but I know God can open ways and we can help this grandma, no matter how small the house will be. I really did not want a big house. She didn't want a big house. She just wanted somewhere to call a safe place, like somewhere when it's raining, even it's windy, it's going to do what? To be safe for her. This grandma, in my mind, I was like, maybe she is drinking like this because she has a lot of stress because of her condition. She could not even cook because the rain was going everywhere in the house. So I decided to show my viewers this situation, and a few of my viewers decided to help grandma. And that is just God's way of doing things, so I remember starting the construction with only $300. It was so stressful. I was like, what if I don't get more support from these people? What will I do? And the people that I was working with also saw an opportunity to con me and overcharge me because they saw a camera. In African village, some people really think that now if you're talking in English and you're carrying a camera and now you're a YouTuber and you say that you're getting support from other people, now they think that you're getting millions. And now they see an opportunity to con you, to overcharge you, especially as a lady and you don't know anything. So with the sadness I had in my heart for grandma, I was taken advantage of, because I was really fully willing to help this woman. And it was rainy season and we were like, we need to do this quick, as fast as possible, to save her from any danger that she'll be in the next few days. Yeah, so I really did not know grandma that much. So I thought that when I met her that day, that was the only day she was drunk. But not knowing that grandma had gone through so much in her life that it made her become an alcohol addict. And I've seen a lot online, and I know about alcohol addiction. I know about all the addictions that exist in this world, it does, some people yes do it because they love to do it and they find themselves in those situations. But some people, they find themselves in these situations because they have problems that they cannot solve. So they use all these things to keep off the stress. So in my mind, I was like, I think this grandma is like this because of what? Because of the stress and the life she's living. So my people sent me a few dollars, and we are so grateful for this, and we managed to build something. The hope was to build a permanent structure, but just a day before we started even construction, we had to ask, because somebody came and told me that this land is not hers. This land belongs to the family. And I got a very threatening call from one of the family members that I should not build anything in that land. That land doesn't belong to her. And that was a little bit scary for me because I really did not know much. The only focus was to help this woman. No matter how the house was going to be, we just needed something that was strong enough, especially when the winds and the rains were coming. So I really did not know much. So I got a lot of threats, and it became a really scary process and a scary project for me. I'm not from here, and there's so many stories about how things go on in other communities. So because we started already, we just had to do something, even if it was just mud house and roofs. But because this thing, I could not do it myself, I had to show it on camera to ask for support, because this is a YouTube village where many people have been helped to build big houses. So that was my thought, and I was like, let me just show it so that I can get support from my people. We did get support, and I got a lot of threats. I was chased away from the compound because some of the so-called family members wanted the project. They wanted to do it by themselves. They wanted to be part of it, and now they thought that I was now getting a lot of money. So when now people want to grab, not knowing that it's not much. It's not as much as they think it is. Yeah, so there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of issues that we had to deal with to help grandma. Because of these dramas, instead of grandma now being happy that now she has a house, she was now getting even more stressed that now what is going on? Will these people now come for me? And so many overthinking on her side. So, we just tried, despite being overcharged, despite being taken advantage of, I still took care of these builders. The imagination I had for grandma is not the same imagination that people who know her have for her. Some people already saw grandma as like nothing, like a reject of the community. So when I tell them to build something nice for grandma, they have some really low quality imaginations. And as a lady, I tried, can we make this window bigger? Can we make this door like this? Can we make this wall like this? Can we make this roof like this? But in their head, it's like, this woman is not that special. Why would you make a big window for her? Why would you do this for her? Why would you do this for her, And it kind of costed me, because now I was realizing that, okay, for these people, it's like, this is just like, grandma said people called her like a dog or this and that. So for them in their mind, it's like, we really don't need to do this much, But for me, I see her as a human being, and I want to do more for her. So it had to cost me more. The roof was made like that one of a dog. But for me, I wanted the roof for a human. Somebody who is alive, and somebody who is talking, and somebody who is eating and talking to people and, smiling. So I had to go further to change the roof. I remember when the the house, inside the house was being plastered, they were doing it carelessly. Like, I was like, why would the toilet be so nice and the inside of the house is so carelessly done? I was just like, why are these people doing that? Yeah, so we went through a lot with grandma. Sometimes grandma could come to my house frequently, and I could take care of her, give her milk, give her some nice food without anything that will affect her ulcers, because grandma is suffering from ulcers. So the only problem grandma had was she gets drunk. When you meet an alcohol addict, she's an alcohol addict. It won't be taking 2 weeks or 1 week to get rid of this behavior. She'll still be like this. So grandma could fight with the people around, and when it came to my side, she could lower a little bit. Now the problem started when now I told her that I'm not getting any more support from the people, because the mentality is, you're recording me, you're making a lot of money. So grandma thought that I was receiving a lot of money, that I was supposed to be giving her the money every day. Sometimes I could take my money and buy her some shopping. I remember there's an evening I took not too much, like 600. I bought some really nice shopping, because she's somebody that I cannot take like 10,000 to buy shopping for her. This shopping will not help her. This shopping is going to help other people. Other people in that she'll take every single item and take to people at a cheaper price just to get that one glass of alcohol. So the only solution for me that I thought was, let me buy her things just in small portions. If it's cooking oil, it's just a tiny bit that will take her for 3 days. Charcoal that will take her for 3 days or 1 week. Like that. Milk maybe for 2 days. And I was okay with it. I was ready to be there for grandma. I lost my grandma from diabetes. I really don't find it's difficult to have another grandma that I would help. Grandma's daily meal will not even go more than $1 because she's alone, right? And sometimes I could pay for her meal at hotels for like a week plus. It was not that difficult. I work hard. I have another channel that makes income, and I could do that because I connected with her. I connected with her problems, So actually here grandma was telling me that she has been through a lot of domestic violence, and all these marks are from domestic violence. Yeah, like she was cut with a panga. She's been through a lot. So it's not somebody that you could judge, Somebody that just give her space. The only problem is the alcohol, that it's too much. And also people talking to her that, you know what, she's recording you, she has a lot of your money, but that was not the case. The same people who are telling her on this side are going behind our back to, when she's now drunk, to buy things from her at a cheaper price. The same people who are talking to grandma and telling her that, oh, she has your money, this and that, are the same people who are coming to tell me that grandma is selling things. So it's just been a lot, It's been a lot to deal with. Yeah, this is when now the roofs were changed and the little house for grandma was complete. Yeah, and we thank God for this. We thank God for this like a million times. There's been a lot of rains lately. There's been a lot of rains with thunderstorm and storms. Grandma is safe and she can lock her door. She can do anything she wants in this house. The only thing that hurt me that made me fall out with grandma is, first of all, she did not believe that the support was over. She did not believe that now any support that I was giving her, no matter how little it was coming from my pockets. So there was a lot of orders from her side. Oh, I need this, I need that, I need this. So if I tell her, no, these people are not supporting you anymore, the house is finished, she could not believe it. She could not believe it because still she's listening to the negative people out there telling her that, you know what, there's a lot of your money there. Another thing that was breaking me with grandma that I still kind of took slightly was alcohol drinking. She could come in my house very early in the morning. She could sit on my chair for like 2 hours. She wants attention. She wants to be talked to. Sometimes I want to also do my other stuff, like record videos for my other channel. I have to pay my bills and everything. Grandma would come. I'll give her attention. Sometimes I could just put aside my work and give her attention for the whole day. I wouldn't mind. I'll just push my video to the next day. But it now became like a routine. Like sometimes if I don't give her attention, if I don't get close to her, she'll get mad. She wanted me to be there all the time. For those who know, I have a second channel that I also do I show the world how we cook our meals, how we do things here in the village. So that is it became a problem when now grandma thought that every time T carries a camera, it should be her. Every time it became a problem when grandma was thinking that every time T carries a camera, it should not be any other person. She could get jealous that I'm with another woman somewhere doing something. She could just think that now it's her money that is being used like this and that. And now it was becoming a pressure on my side. Grandma would always think that now it should just be her. Every time I carry a camera, it should be her, because she doesn't understand that I used to do this work before I met her. Yeah, so also that became an issue. Another thing is, if I bought something for my house, I'm somebody that is being paid by YouTube for now almost 1.5 years or 2 years, I'd say. Grandma would think that any money that I spent in my house is hers. That is also a problem. That was now becoming a problem. I could not make my hair. I could not do my nails. If I do, she'll give me this look like, maybe I'm using her money. Grandma will start giving me orders that now if you're buying food in your house, you should buy 2 fish. One is hers, one is for me and my sister. So this is the point that I was like, no, I need to live my life. My life is my life. If I want to buy 10 fish in my house, I'll buy it because I work so hard for it. Grandma has no say of what I do in my house. Another issue that now got me to a breaking point was when now I could go and visit grandma once in a while, I'd find an item missing. The blanket is missing. The sufuria is missing. We call them super drum, the container for water that I bought when I was starting my life. I gave it all to grandma full-heartedly. Like, I love this woman. I want her to now be comfortable. I want her to be clean. I want her to always clean herself in the morning. I gave it to her. Grandma sold it to somebody. Guess who? The people who are making alcohol. They need it the most. The containers, the lasers that I bought her for cold that she could use, grandma now is selling everything. Grandma is selling everything. So I took a break to Kisumu. That was my last video. I was like, now how will I finish this situation? Yeah, this is the one that grandma sold. Like you see it like that. The two containers, the basins, she sold it. And when I went there to ask her, she was like, oh my God, oh no, I don't know where it is. And you know, she's very manipulative. People who know her know that she's very manipulated. So I was really heartbroken. I was like, we cannot continue buying things in this house because all these things are going to be sold. The same friends that are coming to tell me, oh, this, especially the women in the markets, are telling me, don't buy expensive things for grandma, which I wish I knew. I could buy like a saucepan for 600 shillings, but they tell me, no, you should not buy expensive things for her. I wish I listened, because if I buy a saucepan for 600 shillings, grandma is going to sell it for 200 shillings, something very original. I cared for her that I was not going to buy anything cheap for her. If grandma was disciplined enough to just relax and not listen to people and not get drunk all the time and not sell her things, I was going to take care of her. It's only less than $1 to take care of grandma every day. But grandma would take the money that I give her. Instead of buying food, she'd go and drink it all the same day. Sometimes it reached a point I refused to give her the money. I could just buy her food and we could clash just because I didn't give her the 20 shillings. I could not give her the 20 shillings for alcohol. We could clash, and I've done a shopping of worth more than 1,000. So for those of you who understand that alcohol addiction, this is how alcohol addiction is. That is it. Sometimes I could go to the market, like the dress she's wearing now. I could go to the market when I'm just, walking around buying food and see these clothes, the second-hand clothes, and buy them for her. I buy them and, I can go to the market and do some little shopping for her. This is the day that I did a little shopping and I bought the water. We didn't have a container to put the cooking oil, so I got water and forced myself to drink this water so that we can put cooking oil on that bottle. After all this little shopping that I did, grandma asked me for just 50 or 20 shillings, I remember, to do what? For alcohol. And I said no. If you want alcohol from today, you're going to get it from your money. Trust me, by the time I was reaching home, by the time we were arriving home, that cooking oil was not there. And she was like, oh my God, somebody took it from me. Oh my God, somebody took it from me. I don't know how, but I know she sold it. She sold it so that she can get that glass of alcohol. So, she was trying to explain it. After all the supports ended, my plan was to, every time I get some little money, I could fulfill all the promises that I gave grandma, because the support ended just abruptly for some reason. So I talked to her. We sat down without a camera and I told her, the support is over right now, because now the people who supported you saw that now the house is up. That was the biggest problem. So after Kisumu, I gave grandma a chance. This is after now I came from Kisumu from my last video. I gave grandma a chance and I was like, let me try again, let me try this again. And even the dress I'm wearing was one that I bought for grandma. I bought 3 dresses for her. I didn't know that the dress would fit me better than her, because she has like a little big stomach. the dress was not fitting her well. So the bigger one was fitting her well. So I was giving grandma a second chance, or maybe let me say a 10th chance. At this point, on camera, I'd call it a second chance. So I gave her the dresses. We tried the dresses. She loved the one that she had, and the black one now was going to be mine. And these dresses were bought under $1 each. These are some very quality dresses. If you go to the market, you find such dresses and you know how to choose, you can get very quality dresses, right? So this is the day that I was giving grandma a second chance. I was like, let me put her down and talk to her and just tell her that, you know what? Why can't you stop drinking too much? As an alcohol addict, you can always drink later in the afternoon and later in the evening. Don't do it in the morning. Why can't you do your businesses in the morning and later you can do it? Because you cannot tell somebody who has been drinking for more than 20 years to stop abruptly. It's not going to work. Yeah, so I did that. And the same evening, this is the same evening that I was keeping one of my promises. Just like I said, the support stopped abruptly. So I told grandma that every time I get some little money, I will always, keep my promises. I will always buy the thing that I promised. Like the couches, the table, the cabinet. So I started with the cabinet because she was putting her clothes on the ground. So I paid half of the cabinet. I paid like 4,000. Then later I finished another 3,000 for the cabinet. This same evening, I went to the carpenter and got the cabinet, and I took it to grandma. Grandma, when it was time now to show my people that now this is the cabinet and we have brought the cabinet, now let's put the clothes. Grandma refused. She was like, no. We can do it tomorrow when the clothes have been washed. And guess what? I know, I'm not a child. Many of these clothes have been sold. She didn't want me to touch her space because she already sold the clothes. Because a few days before that, she came to my sister and told her that somebody stole her clothes on the wire line. The careful grandma that I know, even if she's drunk, how she will never let her clothes be on the wire line when she's not around. So to this day, she came and told us that the clothes have been stolen. And in my mind, I was like, Grandma, you're lying. I didn't tell her though, but I was like, okay, you're lying. I let it go. I kind of just, let it go. I'm still here for her, giving her a second chance. So grandma refused that we're not putting the clothes in the cabinet. We are not putting the clothes in the cabinet. Reason is she's scared that I'm going to know that some of the clothes are missing. At this point is when I knew that there's so many items missing. The cooking pots, the containers for the water, the mattress. I think the mattress that we bought is also missing. Grandma was not comfortable at all when I was in the house. And this is the last day that I ever stepped in her space. I think before the following day, I was now just doing my other videos, cooking. And I was just like, I think grandma should now just live her life. We are grateful to God and the people who supported her that now she has a house. And I was just doing my video the next day and people came. Some 2 guys came to me and they were like, we need to be paid. And I'm like, for what? That Grandma Hadija told us to look for you so that you can pay for this and that. I was like, oh, what are you talking about? So this maram that was lying in front of the toilet, a heap of maram. So we agreed with grandma that I'll look for somebody to spread it out around the house so that the water doesn't, when it rains, that water doesn't get stuck there and it can bring up mosquitoes and everything. So for me, I was going to talk to somebody and I know the prices. So it was just a work of like 500 shillings. These two men came to me that they needed 3 times of that amount. You see, I'm still being taken advantage of because grandma, I think they believe that now she has my money, go and get this and that. Yeah. That same day, I realized that grandma sold the gravel, the heap of gravel that was there that we agreed to sell and finish the toilet and maybe do a party, a little opening party for her. Grandma sold it behind my back. Behind my back. It was around 6,000. I don't know how much she sold it for. She sold it, and instead of paying these workers that removed the maram, she still sent them to me. To do what? To get paid, and it was extravagantly overpriced. So it's been a lot. I hope my 30 plus story will make you understand the reason why I stopped being with grandma. Like after a week, or let me say 10 days later, I think grandma's money was finished. Grandma's money was finished and she came knocking at my door. And I could not. I love her so much. I love her. Like, I have a spot for her. She's a woman that needs help. She's a woman that needs somebody for her. But grandma takes advantage that I care for her so much. She'll come to me and ask me for this little money, like, let me say $0.25. $0.25 can get her a glass of alcohol. And this alcohol is going to hurt her. But in my heart, I was like, okay, what if she can buy food with this? What if she's hungry? What if she's... So she could take advantage of my spot, my soft spot for her, and, just do things that are not good. So nowadays, if she comes to my house, I just look at her and I just don't talk. And I believe that this will make grandma understand that whatever she's doing is not good. Whatever she's doing is not good. So my plan is to go and visit the chief, assistant chief, like a government professional, somebody from the government, so that I explain that this and this has happened. If grandma is drinking from now onwards, it's not from my pockets, it's from her pockets. She's selling everything that we bought and she's drinking. And in case she gets hurt, I won't be part of it. And I'm just thankful to God that we helped grandma get a house. And I've heard people saying that grandma is a very lovely woman when she's not drunk. But when she's drunk, and she gets drunk almost 18 hours out of 24 hours a day, she's drunk. So the little time you get with her when she's not drunk, she's a best. She's a very lovely woman. But now when she's drunk, it's another case. So for me to live and move on with my life, I'll just close the soft spot that I have for grandma and let her live her life like before. Grandma is a very clever woman. She knows a lot. She can work. If she decides to, she can work. My plan to always just be with her and help her has been destroyed. And I think for my peace and for me to move on with my life without worrying a lot about her, it's time that I let her go. So thank you so much if you helped grandma. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that I'll wake up this channel with another thing apart from grandma. And it was a lovely playlist, and thank you guys so much. And now it's time for me to focus on what I'll do with my channel. I cannot travel because the process of helping grandma, I thought that I could do it in a week or two, and by January I could just travel, but it took longer than this. The longer it took, the more I used my money that I was supposed to travel within Asia. So my Asia traveling has been cancelled until further notice, God knows when. And it's time to make that money and be comfortable when I'm traveling in Asia. If you have watched African travelers who are going to Asia, it's been hard for African travelers because the immigration officers always want to see if you have the money. If you watch Daisy's channel, Daisy was asked in Laos to provide a $2,000 cash. And I wouldn't be comfortable traveling in such a country without more than enough, so that you can prove that you're not here to steal as an African, or you're not here to do shady businesses. So I'll have to take a little bit of more time to do what? To collect the enough amount that I need and travel in Asia in peace. I know some people would advise me not to travel, but in this world, people go through so much. There's a lot that is going on. And the best way to live this world is just to do what you can do, see the world, and don't let anything bring you down.